Hello everybody! Welcome back to Vesper's Retro Reviews! I'm Ramses.
And I'm the Vespor.
And I'm back for another solo playthrough as part of our Baseball Retrospective. And we're moving through the timeline, and now we're up to 1987, where we're going to do R.B.I. Baseball on the Nintendo Entertainment System. So yeah, we're really moving through the timeline now. And the interesting thing about R.B.I. Baseball is, one, it was an arcade game originally by Atari. And it's pretty much similar to this game, actually. Of course, it's a little dumbed down versus what the arcade was able to do, but it's the same idea. And the other interesting thing about this game is they got the real licenses for the Major League Players Association. So all the players on these teams are going to have actual players that were on rosters at the time. So as you can see on the screen, we have Ozzie Smith versus Nolan Ryan. You've heard of those two players if you're into baseball, right? Nolan Ryan, Ozzie Smith. So it doesn't have the real team names. It'll just use the city. And that's what happened when you didn't get the rights to use the actual teams. You had just cities. And they don't have every team. They have just, I believe, 10 or so teams in this game. And that's it. Yeah, that's the story behind R.B.I. Baseball. Very famous baseball. It was popular on the arcade, but even more popular on the Nintendo. And it should be known this was made by Atari's weird umbrella company. Like, they weren't allowed to make games officially on the Nintendo because they sort of had some weird... they were trying to break the rules by releasing an unlimited amount of games, and Nintendo didn't like that. So they created Tengen. I think you've heard of that, guys. And that was their unofficial branch of Atari, where they released all their Atari games onto Nintendo. So this is a Tengen game based off of their arcade game. Confused yet? Good. Alright, so Vespor, any thoughts on R.B.I. Baseball?
Well, I actually came to watch this the entire playthrough simply because of the fact this is a real baseball game, as far as I consider real baseball games. I didn't see your playthrough of Rbi Baseball, but I'm not into the Amiga like you are. I am most definitely into the Nintendo, though, so let's see what it's like.
Thank you for joining us. The star of our show took time out of his very busy schedule to join me during our baseball retrospective. And this is going to be a fun one. R.B.I. Baseball, 1987. All right, I think this is going to bring a lot of memories. We're really getting into the heart of our baseball retrospective now.
Hey, since we actually have a real roster, you should do the American versus National League All-Star game.
Alright, that's an interesting idea. So, as I mentioned in my Earl Weaver, I am a Mets fan. I already used the Mets. I hope you guys watched my Earl Weaver baseball playthrough. It's available now if you haven't. And this comes next in the timeline. So I am going to play as the All-Stars, yes, because I already used the Mets before. The Mets are in this game, but we're going to try something as Vespor suggested, because you don't always get to play as All-Stars, so it's a good option here. Here's all the teams. You have California, Boston, Detroit, Minnesota, Houston, New York, St. Louis, San Francisco, and the American National. That's who we're going to use for this go-around.
And they also didn't use the right colors for the teams, if you notice.
Yeah, I did notice that. So you can do one player, two player. You can watch the computer play. I don't know why you do that. Or one player is what we're going to do. So here you go. It's, again, very simplistic. You can see not a very overly graphical interface here. It's black screen with white text on it. But they call it the Tengen League because, again, they don't have rights to any of the official teams. So these are all just cities. And you have California, Boston, Detroit, Minnesota, Houston, New York, St. Louis, San Francisco, and here's the American National. I'm going to use the National League. There you go, and I'm going to play against the American League, all right? There you go, we got our team. So now we pick our pitchers. So these, according to people at Atari, were the best 4 pitchers from each league that are available in this game. So we have Venezuela, who's supposed to be really good, Sutcliffe, Franco, and I don't know who Bed Urson is.
Well, they have to use abbreviations, and quite frankly, I don't remember who was a pitcher in 1987. But that being said, do you know if they actually put stats in this, or they're just using names?
No, they have stats. Yeah, you'll see when we play. They actually have the stats for every player that was in this game.
Well, I mean, does it actually affect the gameplay?
I think so, but I'm not 100% sure. I think if you have better stats, you should do better. Yes, I think it should affect gameplay. A better player will have a better chance to do what the stats say they're able to do. If they're a home run hitter, they should have more likely chance at a home run. If they have a high average, they're more likely to get a hit. Yeah.
Well, get a lefty. So he's better.
So I'm going to use Venezuela. He was on the Dodgers, if I remember. So we'll use Venezuela.
Isn't that a country?
No, never mind. All right, so he's using Jimmy Key. I'm going to use Venezuela. Here we go. So this is the setup. The stadium's very simplistic. You have just
8-bit wonder there. Look at that.
Circles representing all the fans. All right, so I'm at first, and I'm in rain. So you see the averages on the bottom left there. He's batting .330. Oh, there you go. Oh, and it hits. It's a hit. Okay. Now we're gonna try to stretch this out. You push up and the B button when you want to move to the second base. And there you go. That's a double.
Nice. Well,
now we have Ryan Sandberg. Up strike right down the middle.
I'd choke up on the plate.
All right, we advanced the runner up. Let's go home.
Wow. This actually looks like it's a good game, at least so far.
All right, we're on the board. 1-0. Now we have Benito Santiago. He was the catcher.
Oh, that is, by the way, Benito Santiago is one of my favorite players during the 80s. He was on the Padres and a catcher there. He was an amazing player. He played with Tony Gwynn. Ah, finally. Bringing back the home
Andre
nostalgia.
Dawson, he was on the Cubs.
Oh, this is great stuff.
Up, going.
Is it?
Gone, goodbye.
Well, you know what?
Out of the park.
Well, I was watching you practice earlier for this game to make sure you even knew how to do the controls. I think that these players might actually have real stats.
Yeah, I was using... what?
You were using the Mets as a practice, and you got your butt slaughtered.
Do you have to tell a crowd?
It's a practice game, who cares?
Error! So yes, they have errors in this game, obviously. So that's another cool aspect of this game. Mike Schmidt, he's on the Phillies, I believe.
You were correct again. Outfielder.
Let's head back just in case. Deep to left. Nope, he caught it. Now you're not going to advance in this game. See how far they throw it.
Well, did you also notice, folks? I didn't watch the Earl Weaver game, but you actually have to run back to your bases so you don't get caught out.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look at that. He reached to the corner. All right, so we had a good inning, 3-0. And now the American League comes up. So I think it's Randolph from the Yankees. I forgot what his first name was. That was their leadoff hitter from the Yankees.
If you can't tell, we like baseball.
Yeah. Oh, let's see if we can catch it. So now you move very slow, unfortunately. Not the foul ball anyway.
I still want to see you dive into the stands. They should have liked that. You know, that'd be awesome. Yeah. What was that?
Just a little bit outside, as Yuko would say. Yeah.
Dude, you hit the ground.
All right, full count. So what should Ramsis do here? All right.
He should actually try to throw it over the plate instead of walking him.
All right, single.
I also want to point out, do you notice how the shortstop didn't intercept that and then bring it in?
Yeah.
Just want to point that out. Should have gone for the double.
All right, fielder's choice, that's called when you advance the runner on and out.
Come on. Get it? No. Over your head. Happens all the time.
Alright, gotta run. Man on second. Oh, Jose Canseco.
Oh, yes. Back before he roided up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gotta be an out.
Okay. Oh, why to go for his eye? It's very sensitive when you...
Oh, hush you.
Alright, so what do we have now? So 2 outs.
Oh, Cal Ripken!
Second, and Cal Ripken. Oh, one of the best. One of the legends. Yeah. Oh, foul ball. So you hear the music, folks? You get this, like, uh-oh, you have a man on base music when they have someone on base. The tension's mounting here. Should I go for the same trick pitch? Yes, we are. We're gonna do the... That didn't work, though.
Oh, nice home run for him.
Alright, so they just tied it up. So you can see it's gonna be one of those games, right?
No? Is it?
Yeah, they had a man on. Alright, so 3-3. Ripken comes through. He is clutch. It is Cal Ripken after all. And now the bases are empty, and it's Harold Baines.
Come on, you can do this.
Oh, there we go. Alright, we gotta have it. Tie game. We start over.
Hey, this is the All-Star game. Trust me, during that practice warm-up, and I do bring it up again, play totally different. So I'm really starting to lean towards the fact that these stats are actually affecting the game.
Yeah, these are the best players in baseball at the time, according to the tie. Alright, so there's the pitcher up, so I'm not expecting...
Well, to be fair, I mean...
Oh, he got a dribbler! Look at this!
Well, what I was trying to say is it's kind of easy to see who your best players is when, you know, depending on when it was made, you know, they might have already had the list for the All-Stars. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, that's very true. Base is loaded. Alright, this is it. Let's see who's up.
Babe Ruth! Oh, wait.
No, Ryan Sandberg. I'll take a pitch. Oh, that's a strike! Come on. What?
Oh, you're going to get aced.
Yep. We're right by. Benito Santiago.
Oh, come on! Come on, Benny. Nope. That's a bit... Folks at the same time. It's like, nope.
Alright, let's see who's up to now. Andre Dawson.
He pulled one of your little stunts.
Yep, sure. Alright, let's say go. Go, 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 go!
Is it a grand slam? Is it? It is!
Yes, he comes there.
It's out of the park!
Grand slam home run.
You know, if the actual American National Leagues were this fun to watch, I'd probably watch them again. But they're not.
No, unfortunately not. Alright, so Davis is up. Through, yes. So the fielding's a little slow is one of my complaints in this game. I don't like the way they do the fielding this game too much.
Hey, it's better than that baseball game. Literally the game called
baseball on the NES.
Yeah.
And watch that episode, folks, if you haven't yet. There you go. Alright, so we had a good inning, a grand slam. Look at the stats. They keep stats how we're doing. We have 2 home runs. Alright, so now George Brett is up. I believe that was George Brett.
Yep.
Alright, let's see if we can...
That's definitely not a home run. Woo! Had a jump.
Extended.
He posed. Got it.
I don't know who Schrader is, but he's something. Schrader. I don't know who that is. Let us know if you know who some of these players in the American. I was a Mets fan, so I only watched the National League. That was in the days where it really was separated. You only played against your own league.
Back in the good old days when, you know, leagues actually counted, folks.
Yeah, that's right. I tagged him anyway. That's what you get for overrunning the base computer. Nice.
Hey, if you're wondering why I'm not totally dissing this game like the other ones, because this is actually a real baseball game, folks.
Oh, so the second baseman locks up. That's the downside.
So you hear it there. Second baseman locks up, and Ramses overthrows to third, and there you go.
All right, Willie Randolph's up.
But you know what? You're right. I shouldn't just sit here and say great things about this game. Let's talk about this game a little bit. So we see their ERA and their bag average and home runs. But you know what we don't see?
What?
Everybody's pink in this game.
Oh, you're right. They're all just one tone, one generic look. I don't know, it's weird. They didn't really put much effort in the characters. No, we can get a double. Maybe a triple. Maybe we'll go.
Personally, I don't care, but I just felt that I needed to point that out.
Going for it, folks. Triple!
Triple for the pinkies!
Yeah, they're all the pinkies. And they have no facial features. Look at the picture. He has 2 eyes on a circle head there.
Well, this is no Super Nintendo game. But, I mean, you can honest to God say that there is some nice gameplay here. Except when Ramses is doing it. What in the world just happened there?
I don't know. The pitcher did it again.
You could got a second base on that.
Alright, Tim Rand is up. Think that'll be a hit, yes.
Yep, there's... Oh, yeah, I just noticed that. They actually have the line umpire down there. Did you notice that? There's actually umpires where they should be.
Yeah, that is good.
You know what they don't have?
No, what is that?
Just 3 men in the infield.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Doing every position in the game.
I think we'll run back just in case. Yep, it's an out. Alright, so we have man on second, third, and it's 2 outs. Benito.
It's my man, Benny.
Get it? Oh, well, that'll go.
Alright. You're out.
Oh, well. Alright, so we got another run out of that. 8-3 now, National League All-Stars, and Don Mattingly's up. Yankee All-Star here.
That is a really good player, by the way, folks. And, yeah, so let's just talk about this some more. I mean,
yeah,
these stats actually do carry some weight here. I mean, you're looking at the All-Star game, and...
Oh, that's probably gonna go.
I'm telling you that if you just have regular players from the teams at the time, they don't do it this good. They really don't. Matter of fact, most of the time you're hitting foul balls.
Whoa, that was a good thing. That's true, yeah, when you have the average players. So this really is the All-Stars, the best of the league at the time.
So I give credit for them for, you know, making it like that. But I just love the fact they only give you minor stats. But, you know, in a baseball game, I don't need to know everything they've done. I don't know how base is stolen. I don't need any of that. All they're telling you here is if you have a good hitter
yep,
at
like
bat.
Canseco, who just hit it out of the park.
He hit it off the screen, not out of the park. It's
gone.
gone.
Broke the back of the TV screen.
So there you go.
Oh, 8-5. Yep, this is real stuff. Like he was saying, when the players have good stats, the game plays very differently.
Hey, look, it's your man Cal Ripken here.
But the field has moved too slow. I really think that is my complaint.
But also, folks, do you notice that for an NES game, you can actually select where you're going to throw on the mound.
Yeah, that is actually good. I mean, again, this is based on the arcade, folks. Don't forget, this is based on the, and the reason we picked this is more famous than the arcade. The arcade was good. It's very similar to this, but I think this is the more iconic game, the NES version of this game. That's why we chose this for our retrospective. Nope.
I mean, it's really kind of hard to bash a game, I mean, like this, because it is a fun game. It really is. It's just, well, it's very basic. It's better than baseball, by the way, by a long shot. You talk about players moving slow, baseball players move slow in that game.
Oh, yeah, that was just so sluggish, it made it almost unplayable at times.
Thing is, you didn't have to do it, just did it automatically.
41 miles per hour, wow. 36 miles per hour.
It's also kind of hard to read the pitches, if you noticed.
Oh, yeah, man.
You deserved it. I would have hit you.
Up to it.
See, that's what you do. Is you go through there and you just cream everybody on the other team.
Until they have no players left.
That's right. You know, they'll be asking, be like, I wonder why the All-Stars have 20 pitchers.
They hit me again.
What are they trying to do? Kill the other team? No. We're there to cripple them.
Let's try to get the 10.
You might get it. It's going to be close.
Yes! Tag runner. Alright, so there I get to show you how that works in the game.
By the way, folks, me and Ramsis had a discussion about this with sports games. It actually does help if you actually know a little bit about the sport. It really does. Like in football, you need to know what the plays mean to choose the right plays. And in basketball, well, at this point in, what, 87?
87, yeah.
There was hoops and something else. I can't remember the other games, but there wasn't that many basketball games out.
Well, there was double dribble. Remember double?
Oh, yeah. Double dribble. What was Bird versus... Magic versus Bird or whatever it was out?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, no, it was Dr. J, wasn't it? Oh, they had another version. Yeah, there was on Commodore 64. There was Dr. J, and then on NES it was Bird and Magic. Yeah. Go!
Is it?
Just made it over. Wow. Right.
But at any rate, there's some basketball games out there. But I mean, there's a lot more football games too. They'll come out. I mean, wow, there's so many sports games. When you start thinking about it, you know, it's actually quite daunting. But the sad thing is after a certain point, these sports games, they start to lose their identity as they start looking a lot more alike. Like they copy off the best version before it and try to make it the same until you get to the point that it just sort of stagnates. And you can see this happening in the Madden games later on for football. For basketball, you get the NBA games from EA, where it stagnates.
Oh, yeah, really, it gets very stale.
I mean, they give you all the up-to-date stats. And even though you have all these stats, I don't know, I'm more interested in the gameplay than I am the stats and if they were real players or not. The reason I'm so excited about them actually having these players from the 1980s is because that's when I love baseball the most. And it's kind of nice to see some of the players. I mean, figuratively speaking, half these people we talked about had mustaches and weren't pink.
They weren't all pink with big heads and blue eyes. And yeah.
Well, I think those were black eyes. They have no soul here in this game.
Triple! Alright, stretch up another triple.
Yeah, let me tell you, folks, if he had chosen not to do the All-Star game, would be very boring.
Yeah.
Because everybody would be getting out every 2 seconds.
Right, we wanted to give you an exciting game, and I think this is accomplishing that very well. Oh, Fable.
So, I mean, decisions are important in this game. Your team actually does matter. Although, if you haven't noticed, they don't exactly have a full batting roster.
The slope pitch. 25 miles per hour. Alright, so there you go. It's 15-5 after all that.
Don't worry, they got a grand slam on you earlier, so...
Yeah, it's not over yet, folks.
Good lord. He dodged that. Did you notice that?
Yeah, you should have taken the free bet.
That's going to be a good base.
Yeah, that's a hit.
That's exactly what you want right there. It's that type of a hit.
Oh, so it's the first of its time.
But look, he didn't go.
Oh, he could have made a third on that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's taking out the pitcher. He's going to put in Mark McGuire.
Oh, if anybody doesn't know, that's another great hitter.
Who unfortunately
Juiced.
Yeah, juiced a little bit.
Just stand there.
I do that habit, so I didn't know.
Which is kind of funny. I don't know. I feel that he could have leaped over top of him. That was his fault. Error.
Well, you can't get an error on the off.
Oh, that'd been an out.
Oh, 3-ball. My pitcher's getting a little tired. It's the fourth inning here.
I don't think the players get tired.
Oh, that just beat him.
Oh,
that's it. Oh, it's a blowout. That's the end of the game. It's a 10-inning, 10-run mercy rule.
I thought the 10-run mercy rule was until 7th inning. But...
No, games did it differently. And I'm glad this happened because that's something else we can talk about here. Because we have a little extra time. This game ran short, but we'll talk a little more here to finish things up. So, yeah, that was RBI Baseball. So they have the 10-run mercy rule, it's called. And in Little League, they use that. It's when the other team's blowing them out by 10 or more, you get last licks, and if you don't beat that 10-run threshold to make it less than that, that's it. They call the game right there because you're blowing them out.
Am I just remembering it wrong? I thought you had to do it before the 7th inning. Or is that...
I think that's just how Little League is. This game decided it's whenever it happens.
You know what I didn't notice they have in this game?
What's that?
I wonder if they had a double rule. Ground rule double.
Oh, yeah, of course they do. You had to bounce the ball over. Yeah, most games have the ground rule double. People don't realize that. That's one of the rules that even the older games had. Like, I think I was playing it didn't happen in it when I was playing, but during one of my practice games during Great Baseball, that was our Sega Master System playthrough. Look at that one, too. It's on the list. There was a ground rule double in that game, and that was an earlier 80s game. So, yeah, they had it in there. So, that's it. So, what'd you think of RBI Baseball as you wrap this up?
Well, I think that this game shows that you can actually have some fun. You don't need the best graphics. But what I'm trying to say is some of the stats seem arbitrary, as some of them are knocking out home runs with low home run counts, and I don't know how the stats were done for this game, but that's the only thing I say that people do get right later on in the series, like in the 90s and stuff, is that the stats will have a much bigger difference than here. And this one, it was probably just an increased chance for home runs or something like that.
Yeah, I think everyone seemed to, Cal Ripken was hitting it, Ozzie Smith, I don't think it made a difference who was a home run hitter or not. I think just the better players are better at the game, and that's it. Like, the pitcher's not going to hit when he had all dribblers each time, but they seem to be getting hits no matter what anyway. So it was very strange how I think anyone in this game can get a hit. It's just the better players have a more likely chance to get the home runs.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, because you were playing the St. Louis Cardinals, and Ozzie was knocking them out of the park on you.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the fielding was a little sluggish, but I understand that's to balance the game out. You don't want super fast fielding, because then you can't do anything.
Oh, by the way, folks, the fact I wasn't tearing this game a new butthole in my criticisms is because this was actually a fun game to watch and play, and if you're into retro, I really highly recommend you play RBI Baseball.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and
ring that bell.
That's right. Thank you for joining us for our baseball retrospective. We're about third way through. So, yeah, we have a long way to go. We're going to do the 20 games. And, yeah, that's it. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you all next time on Vesper's Retro Reviews. Bye-bye, everybody.